Hello, friends. We're going live again. Thank you for joining. I'm going to be sharing with you how you can validate your idea for a course learning offer. And I'm looking to having this conversation. Please stick around because I'm sharing my workbook and a really great worksheet with you so that you can work on this on your own. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen now. Let's hope that's working okay. Remove. Oh, here we go. You should be seeing my screen now. So, the very first thing that we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about my behind the scenes, what I do when I plan to validate a new learning offer. And this is one of the most important steps and the thing that you should be doing first. In case you missed it, last week I was talking about how to shift from overwhelm at the thought of creating an online course. That very first thing you do when you sit down and you go, okay, I have an idea for a new course. How do I approach this? So that's what I did last week. If you missed it, let me know. And I've got actually the replay for you if you want to access that. In today's live stream, as I said, we're going to learn how to validate the idea that you have before you dive in to create something new. There is a free download. So at the end of the live stream, I'm going to give you a link to download the workbook. It has all of the content from last week as well as, and I'm going to keep adding to that for you. I'm going to tell you a story. I made a pretty dumb mistake, to be honest. The very first time when I had started my business, I thought, oh, I make courses. That's easy. So I'm going to make one. Well, I decided to create one. And what I hadn't done was first connected with my audience. Oh, to be honest, I didn't even have an audience yet. All of my connections were from the learning and development community. They were connections from corporate. They weren't entrepreneurs like you. So I didn't really have an audience and I barged ahead. I thought, I'm going to create a course. So I filmed a bunch of videos. I did what I thought, I should. And then I recognized, shoot, I didn't actually connect with my audience. And what I learned was my audience was really interested in not just how to create a learning offer, but how to sell it, how to launch, how to validate. And that's what I made a mistake doing. I didn't sell any of that course. In fact, I very quickly recognized that it wasn't quite right and I pulled it. So I want to help you avoid making the same mistake where your very first course is a flop. I don't want that to happen for you. Who am I? Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Manya. I am a teacher first and foremost. I started my career as a music teacher, and I've been a corporate trainer. I've been in the corporate learning and development space since the end of since around like 2006. I have been a freelance curriculum designer, a learning consultant, and now in the last several years, I help entrepreneurs create online learning offers that are structured to deliver satisfaction and drive engagement and ultimately get results for you as a business and for your students because that's what they want. So they want to get results whenever they buy a course from you or a program. So I want you to think for a second, what would life look like if you already had a course created? Is this something that you've been dreaming of for a while that you like really, really want to happen for yourself, but you're just not really sure how? Um, that's not unusual. I want to show you how to do that in this mini series. Creating and launching a course doesn't need to be intimidating. Yes, it is a big job. It's not a small task. There's a lot of moving pieces, and it can be a super fantastic way to get your expertise, the things that you have gotten results for yourself or for your other students, or if you have some sort of a book or intellectual property or thought leadership. This is an incredible way to get your expertise into the hands of a lot more people without sacrificing your time and schedule. Online courses that are self-paced can be really quite passive once they're set up as an evergreen solution. So there's different ways of launching and different ways of selling. We're going to talk about that in a different live stream. But you can start to create a delivery model or a business model that suits the way you want to show up and teach. Why is validating the first step? Well, this literally is the first thing you should do after you get a great idea and you've brainstormed it out, like I taught you last week. Now you need to go out and start talking to your audience. You need to have real conversations with your ideal student. And this is something you can't skip away from. You have to collect some data. You need to uncover their insights, their fears, their concerns. You want to find out what they want, what they need. All these things are going to be important for marketing purposes. And you need to find out, is your offer even appealing to your audience? Are they willing to pay for it? Do they want what you're proposing in terms of a delivery model? Are they interested in hearing about an offer that's 8 weeks long, 12 weeks long, 6 months long? Like what is it they're wanting? You also want to start to explore their current versus desired state. And we touched upon this last week. You want to start to figure out, how do they like to consume learning and what details or what things would be most valuable to them. All right, you need a plan. So I've got a worksheet here that we're going to jump over to. Every course needs to start with a plan. You cannot just jump in um, without this. So I've created this worksheet that, first and foremost, who is your ideal student for the course? I want you to start mapping this out. It can be kind of general to begin with, but I want you to lay out, things like it's an entrepreneur, a female, or someone who identifies as female. It's this, it might be in a particular industry, or it might be somebody with a particular issue. So let's just say I want to have entrepreneurs, females working in, tech industry, who suffer from ADHD. I've seen that a lot. Um, and maybe you want to get a little bit more clear on who they are. They're global, or maybe they're just North American. Maybe they're American or Canadian, and you wanna start to plan out, who are they, and then most importantly, where is your audience? So, maybe you've got an email list, maybe you've got a Facebook group, maybe you've got, some sort of a following on Instagram or on LinkedIn. Do you have access to some other locations where they are? And the reason why we need to figure where our is the audience is because we're going to be selecting a group of at least 20 people, and we're going to be booking a conversation with them. So you want to start thinking, where is your audience, where this ideal student is, and how can you start to reach them? So here you might want to get really clear into the details of where they are and how you're going to connect. That's where you're going to start typing out your plan here. I've included some questions that you can ask. So essentially, what you're going to do, you're going to book calls with people. So you're going to send an email and say, "Hey, can I please have a conversation with you? I'm doing some research. I would love to talk with you." And that's all you do. And once you book the phone call, maybe about 20 minutes, you want to start asking some really big open-ended questions. So if your topic is entrepreneurs with ADHD, you could start to ask, "Tell me about your current situation with ADHD. What are your main challenges as a business owner living with ADHD? Why are you struggling with this? How long? Tell me what change you'd like to see. What would it look like if you could wave a magic wand over your situation? Why haven't you made improvements before? And what could life look like?" So you want to start asking questions about their concerns, their dreams, and then you can start to get into purchasing. Have you ever purchased a course like this or hired a coach for this? Why? Why not? How much would you pay? Um, what did you like about it? So you can start to just ask some general questions. I've created a few like really specific ones here, but I would love for you to add on any more questions that you might think of and prepare them in advance. Some other things that you could ask here as well is like, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here, but I would be asking questions like, who who has helped you before with this and what worked, or um just like general speaking, I would definitely also think about asking them what kind of learning solution would they ultimately like to see. So, how do you want to engage in this? Do you want somebody to walk through it with you? Do you want accountability? Do you want to be able to just learn this on your own? These kind of insights are going to help you when it comes to the way that you deliver your course or your offer. Okay, so I've also given you a sheet here where you can actually plan out who you're going to talk to, when, and how. So start to create a list here of the people. So you can say, Jan, and I'm going to do a call, and I'm going to email them and ask. And just use this as a way to hold yourself accountable and create a list of people that you want to talk to. All right, I'm going to go back to my other screen here. Oops. Here we go. Okay, so you want to make a plan. Now, you simply need to do the thing. You need to start to understand your ideal student inside and out. And in a future conversation, I'm going to talk to you about the difference between your student and your buyer, because sometimes they're different people, especially if you're working within corporate. But if you're selling directly to your consumer, you want to just start asking them questions about what they need and are they willing to buy. Go ahead and make your plan right after this conversation. I want you to spend at least 3 minutes jotting down some names before you go off and do something else. Because if you plan to implement this right away, you will remember and you will have better success right off the bat. A couple of more tips. You should end your calls by expressing thanks. Always thank people because you're building a relationship here, a relationship of research. And ask if you can follow up with more research because later on you're going to dig deeper into their current knowledge, where they want to be with what they want to know, their current skill level and what they want to be able to do differently. You're going to want to get more specific learning based research. So keep nurturing those relationships and ask if you can follow up down the road. Would you like help on this journey? I am taking on a few more one-on-one clients over the next couple of months, and I am working towards creating a group-based boot camp. If you want somebody to hold you accountable and walk you step by step through. If you want some more help, please reach out. I would love to talk with you because if you keep moving forward on your own with this venture, you're probably going to run the risk of being in the same place next year with no course, wasted time, wasted money. There's a lot of hurdles to overcome, and I don't want you to get stuck in that. I really want you to be successful with getting your content out. And please don't be offended by your own inability to create learning offers by yourself. This is something that people who are creating learning have been training for and have been doing for many, many years. So don't be worried. Feel free to reach out for help. You don't have to try to do this on your own. And every Monday, I'm going live here on LinkedIn at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want you to join me as I go step by step through a 9-week series. This is the second in the series. And if you go here to boost.com, boostld.com/livestream_worksheet, you will be able to go and download the worksheet from today and also stay in touch with us. And I'd love to see you there. I'm telling you, you can do it. I'm not special. I just have a well proven process and I have a lot of experience with creating hundreds of courses already. So why not give it a try for yourself? Take that awesome idea you've had in your own mind, and I dare you to follow along, make a plan to validate, and see if your audience is interested in what you have to offer. Please do reach out, message me on LinkedIn, make sure we're connected, and let me know what you thought of this live stream. Have an awesome day.